morning. Welcome to the Pick-A-Dee Pick Show. I'm your host, Anvil. As usual, dedicate this show to my boy Jerry, man. Woo. Up there watching all the games up in heaven. You probably see all it's like non-stop red zone. Except they pause for bathroom breaks. Oh, that would be heaven. So anyhow, looking at the Sunday NFL dive here. Kind of a small one. Boy's a little broke right now. I'll re-up that account, but I think I'm going to pull off a victory this weekend and, refund the account that way. So I'm really jazzed about Derrick Henry's matchup this week, but as he sits at the top of the costly chart there, going to have to make some tough choices. And as usual, I like to, like I always say, I like to frame my ticket. Let's start down here in the defenses, looking at a couple different things here. Of course, the Rams at the Jets. It's a good one because I really am going for like an entire home team strategy this way. Like looking at some of the players, they're all at home. That's always good. Rested, don't have to travel, blah, 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 blah. You know all the rest. But the Rams, they put up, looks like they're averaging about 9.5 points a game. And the Jets give up about 10.4. So I'm thinking the Rams will have no problem with their average. It kind of sucks because I got to just jump right out and start spending money. But I don't really see any other matchups that look too juicy to me that are going to save me any like actual money. So I'm going to have to start with the Rams here. Then we're going to go over our tight end, hoping to get a little bit of, it looks like we might save a little money here. I'm scrolling down, starting to think the guy I was looking at, he's not. His game is not in his. I was really hot on Ebron. That's somebody you could definitely use in other tickets. In this one, we're going to try to save a little bit of money. We're not going to get much of a savings. What are we saving here? Top guys are, Chicago gets targeted a lot by tight ends, something like 23%. They don't have a great rating, and Minnesota's at home. So Irv Smith Jr. is going to take our tight end spot. Scroll up here to quarterback. Let's get this out of the way. Not a massive savings here with Lamar Jackson, but, going up against Jacksonville, that's just, I was thinking Tom Brady. I was thinking the Jared Goff, but, I know how Brady plays. It's not always about quarterback stats with him. He'll do whatever it takes to win. Kyler Murray against Philadelphia, that looks a little bit juicy. It'll only save me $200 though, and I really like the Lamar Jackson matchup. I think Baltimore is real hungry right now. They've got to keep winning. They got to keep the pedal to the metal. We're going to put Jackson in there. Keeping our average player at 6,900, not enough to afford Derrick Henry yet. Let's see what we can do in the wide receiver category here. Wow, Ridley is somebody who's definitely on my list. The Bucs get abused by wide receivers quite a bit, so that would be a really good matchup right there. But the savings isn't there. But here's some savings. Going up against a piss-poor Seattle secondary, I have no problem with McLaren. I don't always remember how to pronounce their names. I like Corey Davis, too, going up against Detroit. Then we're going to take that and see where we come. We're going to have to really save some money now. So let's start sliding down the list a little bit here. Sammy Watkins could be one of the most added players, and he's going up against a good defense. But Sanders had something like, 16,000, roughly 16,000 ads to season long. People are pretty hot on him right now, and I think he's actually a really good option. And he's a big savings, so we're going to put him in there. And what we're going to do is let's just jump right into the meat of the matter. We're going to grab our big boy. We're going to grab big old DH there, man. Derrick Henry. This is going to be a tough one because the rest of our running backs were not on the cheap side. That leaves us about $6,000. Miles Sanders has shredded some teams. He's on the road here, but Arizona's mediocre. You know, Cam Akers would be a good pick. He saves us a little bit of money. Let's see what we got down here. Another guy I'm really looking at, McKissick right here. He's a pass-catching running back, and he's going up against one of the worst defenders of pass-catching, Seattle. I like that. I've already got McLaren in there, but I do think he's a worthy play. Fournette's supposedly coming back. It's funny, I drafted him in my season long and had to drop him when he got traded. Murray, that's a good option. Ahmed, who knows what's going on with the Miami running backs. They got some guy in there I've never even heard of. We're just starting to tail off here. So let's see. If we go with McKissick, what is that going to leave us? I was going to leave us $6,200 at our flex. So what do we do? Let's go over to flex here and just see what our options are at $6,200. See what we can get. I had some other players on there. I was looking at, of course, Taylor in Indianapolis. Houston has the second most rushing yards against. Ridley, of course, we mentioned. Fournette had a lot of ads. So he was looking pretty. He was looking pretty good. Sanders, of course. 6,800 on Sanders. I wonder if we can pull this off. So I really do like Sanders in that game, but we've almost accomplished an entire home field, a home team here. So I'm thinking maybe that's a sign from above. Maybe that's Jerry telling me stick with the plan. It has to be a hometown guy. Well, okay, all right. I'm up for that kind of challenge, but I'm not seeing very much. But I do see a running back right here. Dobkins going up against Jacksonville. I mean, we might get let's see what he does. Let's see how his pass catching. He doesn't have very many receptions. He averages almost 2. So, he could really benefit in this one. Yeah, I'm liking this right here. But it is a very confusing backfield. Let's keep looking here for a sec. We squeezed in McKissick. I tried the Adrian Peterson train, and it didn't work out so well. Carlos Hyde, Gus Edwards, starting to get a lot of committee type players. Where can we save a little bit of money? Let's go back to defense really quick here. Who else were we looking at? Cincinnati gives up a lot of points. Who's playing Cincinnati right now? That might not be one of the games. That might be part of the problem here. Yeah, I don't see Cincinnati popping up. So they're not part of this. Who's the next big giver-upper of points? Denver. Again, I don't think that's one of the teams that's going right now. Nope. Dallas gives up a lot of points. So that'd be San Francisco. Well, that's an interesting pick. San Francisco would save us $800. But again, they're on the road. I don't really want to pick an on-the-road team. Philadelphia doesn't give enough net, so we're not going to save our money there. Don't want to dump. Wait a minute. Maybe we do want to dump Lamar here. I think they're going to play well, but again, we could take Murray. He's going up against a better defense. Brady's on the road. I don't. I sound idiotic. Oh, Tannehill. All right, Tannehill's going in. There we go. That's going to save us some money. I mean, he's going up against the piss poor Detroit, We've already got Davis, so we can do a little double dipping. I like to do the double dip it in some chocolate and then some little sprinkles, That's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's a weird one. I didn't think I'd land there, but sometimes, finances, they force you to do things. So that leaves us $6,700 now at our flex position. So what? We're $100 away from Miles Sanders. But again, we're sticking with the home team. We're just gonna do it. It's crazy, but it's gonna be a home team. Oh. Akers is not averaging a lot of points, but against the piss poor Jets, that does seem like a kind of juicy alternative right there. I mean, some of these other running backs I'm seeing don't have any great matchups. We're so close to somebody like a Robinson. Montgomery, $7,300 for Montgomery. He would be a good play this week, right? I think he's going to get a lot of use. Yeah, and we're just too far away from Jonathan Taylor. We're $700 away from Taylor. Ooh, could we do something in that range? Could we save enough money to get Jonathan Taylor? Where would we make that cut? Actually, I don't think we can make that cut because I don't want to drop off much lower than some of these players right here. It's going to be hard to drop below that. I really want to keep Henry. I think he could be he has a shot at being the star of the week. I got no information on Cam Akers here. You know what? We've got their defense. They are pretty bad, the Jets. Nah. Yeah, they got no information on him. But he fits our budget. Got a very weird budget here. We're pretty Tennessee heavy, too. Notice that. Maybe what we do. Come on. Tennessee's just going to wipe the map with them. And the Rams are just going to... I mean, the Akers, that's his average. I think he's going to play above average. So let's boom him in there. Ba-boom. All right. Not exactly where I thought I'd end up today. Got to say. Well, look at that. It's all home teams, right? All home teams. Pretty heavy on Tennessee. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. Sometimes that's the way to play this game. Find a game where you really know how it's going to go, or you have a fairly good idea of how it's going to go, and, hammer it. We're hammering Washington at home. We're hammering Tennessee at home. Rams got 2 in there at home. I don't know. So anyhow, let's add this ticket first, and then I will say goodbye, because that's the way I'm supposed to do it, correct? Here we go. We'll hit upcoming there. Look at that. I'm down to 92 cents. That's pretty piss poor, man. I'll play some vouchers, too. I got some vouchers for the Browns game. There we go. That's an interesting lineup. So, hope you had a little bit of fun. Hope you used some of my suggestions, and I hope we all win. Until next time, laters.